Scrapping Amy here with the Tonic Craft Kit number 30. I wanted to show off what I got in the kit and then create an actual layout for it. So every time you get a kit, you get a folder to keep your supplies in, and with every 3 kits, and I'm assuming that they're the ones that are divisible by 3, you get a binder to put them in. So real quick, I want to show you. So this is how the binder from the last 3 kits. So I've got all of those things together, which is really nice and handy because you know where everything is. So I wanted to show you what came in this kit, like I said, and then create a page. So thing number 1 is this exclusive die set. You can see that they've got various floral dies with words, and then you have the outline to go with them. So you have celebrate, hello, best wishes. It says just, for you, and happy. And then you also have this floral that you can cut out. You get the stamp set, for you, with love, especially let's, anniversary, birthday, to say, little one. And this I think is XX. And then you have some floral motifs and some hearts as well. Now, they always send their cardstock in a white envelope, which I love because then you know it's protected and it's all together. Which is really nice because once I take it out of the kit, out of the box, I just have to store the envelope. So you have 4 sheets of classic card. Some are 8.5 by 11, others are A4, which is essentially the European equivalent to letter size. So you have cream, ivory white, which those are very close to each other, but they are different. Marigold yellow, those are all 8.5 by 11. And then in the A4, and I think it's A4, you have denim blue. And then we come to the stuff I like, which is the specialty. You have this beautiful specialty card in ivory toile. So I think that's how you say it. And you've got some roses in there. You have some ice gray glacier, which has this lovely pearl finish. And what I like is if you turn it on the back, you've got this very faint blue showing. So you could actually use either side. This specialty paper is called Old Leather Armchair. It's very textured. It reminds me of a pair of ostrich skin boots I saw once. The way it looks like feathers have been cut out. And then my favorite paper, I love the texture on this, is freshwater pearl. So it's pearly on one side. If you like the texture but don't want the color or don't want the pearl finish, you have the white side as well, which is textured. Now comes to the best part, which is all the Nuvo stuff. Excuse me for a moment. All right. You have the Nuvo Aqua marker pens in honey amber. So you get 3 of their alcohol pens, which have a broad tip and a broad chisel tip and then a fine tip. So far, I have only managed to get alcohol markers in brown in my kits, which have only just started. So this is only the second set I've got, but you know. And then an Aqua Flow pen from their Ocean Air collection. So they split these up and you get one of them. So your color varies. The color I got is Vanilla Sundae. And if you see, it's got this little yellow band. So all you need to do, that's to prevent the stuff from mixing in transit. So you take the little yellow band out, and when you turn it, you feel it. So you don't have a piece of scrap paper. How do I not have any scrap paper anywhere? No, not that. Apparently I'm a crafter with 0 scraps. That's amazing. We're going to use this. But then you can squeeze it. You kind of got it. Oh, there we go. So you can see the color that it is. It's a very pale color. So it's a watercolor. So this will mix with other watercolor markers or pens that I have, like my Zig clean color ones. All right, next thing is the deluxe adhesive. This is something I keep hearing about, and I finally got a bottle of it in my kit. So I'm excited to use this. I went and tested it on something and seems fine, but you know how much I love my art glitter glue, so we'll see. This is 2 ounces, this is 4 ounces. I don't know if one is necessarily better than the other or if they're comparable or what. You can throw that little yellow ring away because you don't need that anymore. And then you also get a pack of gemstones, and again, it is random what color you get. You can get the silver rectangles, water droplets, or golden ovals. I got the water droplets. which are like sticking. The little foam piece is sticking. There we go. Although that is really pretty to look at. Oh, and they're different sizes. I didn't realize that. So, yeah. Sprinkle them out in my hand. Of course, they're all on the other side. So you get these really pretty teardrops. It looks like you get 3 different sizes. Yeah, I think it's 3 different sizes. You get these little ones. You get some medium-sized ones. And then you get some bigger ones. So I'm really glad that I got that because all of my other embellishments are like browns. So it'd be nice to have a little bit of purple. And I'll clean that part off later. All right, let's see here. You get a mini crystal drop in Buttermilk. I am not going to open this because I already have the full-size one. So this is going to go into my giveaway bin. And then you have Crackle Mousse. So this is a brand new product. And I don't know if it's available yet on the site. And I'm not sure if I'm going to open it or not. I got to see. I did see it used at Creativation. It's really cool. So it's a lot like their Distress Mousse. Not Distress Mousse. Embellishment Mousse. Or, excuse me, I've got an awful cold. It's a lot like their Embellishment Mousse where you can lay it out and spread it through stencils and whatnot. But if you do a very thin layer, you get these little small cracks, almost like in a dragonfly's wings, is what it reminded me of. Or if you spread it thickly, you get bigger cracks. Now this says on the lid, add a textured distressed 3D effect using a heat tool. I will say they used the heat tool on it at Creativation and it kind of started burning like smoke. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. This is something I think I would use and just let set aside and air dry. Oh, I have a little crystal that decided not to go back in there. And then you get the craft kit binder, which I showed you. And then you also get their sticker. So I saw Vicky P. She always does this and I like it. And so I'm doing the same thing. I'm just putting little stickers on there. And that kind of gives me a clue as to what color scheme they were going for. So today, when I was looking at these papers, I was trying to figure out what might work, like what photos I have that would work. And with all of these browns, I finally decided to use this photo of my daughter from Disney last year. We went for her 9th birthday, and then we went again for my birthday the year after. But the year after, we went to Jungle Navigation Cruise, their dinner, cantina. That's the Jungle Cantina, I think. And we met a waitress there named Emma, who made a huge impact on my daughter. Like, Elizabeth was starry-eyed over Emma and absolutely loved everything about Emma, and actually dressed up as a server from the cantina and from the cruise for Halloween last year. And so when we went for my husband's birthday, we just spent one day there. We had dinner reservations and she wore that on the ride. I have pictures of that, and then also to dinner. Sadly, Emma was not there. So I'm hoping if we get to go again that Emma will actually be there so that we can see her. All right, well, now that I'm done showing you the kit that I'm using, I wanted to go ahead and switch to voiceover and kind of speed it up so it did not take the full hour it took me to do this layout. I am using primarily things from the Tonic craft kit. I'm also adding in some paper and stickers from Simple Stories Say Cheese 2. And some additional Nuvo drops, I think, in double denim, which will come at the end, obviously. And that's about it. So I'm trying right now to decide how I am going to map the photos. I wanted to include I don't remember if it was the cream or the white ivory white, whatever it was called. I also wanted to include the marigold paper, the blue glacier paper, and then that armchair leather one. I liked the texture of that armchair one, and I thought it kind of helped to pull in some of the other browns in there. So I just was going back and forth, and I decided to use that leather armchair paper as a larger rectangular element to ground the photos. Now, because to me, jungle navigation, outdoorsy, kind of rugged, I decided I was going to risk it and use my page edger distresser thingy. Ugh. I have one from Tonic, cannot find it anywhere. It has probably hiding. But my problem with this one, I create a lot of mess with it, and that drives me crazy because I'm constantly finding these little tiny paper balls now everywhere. I'll do it for a week. And then you can see that gold paper right there. I rip it or I bend it. I'm always messing things up. And this one, I forgot to ink the edge until after I put the glue on. So I was like, yeah, and then I have gluey fingers. And let me tell you, when you have gluey fingers, you end up getting those little paper balls I was just talking on stuck to your fingers. So that, it was not too fun. But I'm using the vintage photo distress ink and then my foam tool thing with the foam pads. I know a lot of people use the round pads now. I originally started getting that foam blending tool way back before round ever came out. So when the round ones came out, I kind of wanted them because they are a little easier to blend with when you do like actual blending techniques. So I decided the rectangular ones are for my distress inks, and then the round ones are for my oxide, so that I don't mess them up. Now, in one of the first craft kits I got from Tonic, they had these 25 millimeter foam squares. So I figured, why not try pulling those out? That'd be great. And now I'm pulling in some of the scraps from cutting the papers off to use with my dyes. I'm using that cream / ivory white, can't remember which, to do the background for the word happy. And the word happy does not completely fit on here. And right there you see I had a problem with it. It would not cut, which made me a little sad. And then I made an oops later on in just a moment. And I tore off the little corner of happy. But I'm tucking it underneath those photos, so it really, to me, doesn't matter that the fact that the slight bottom of the word happy isn't completely cut, because you're not going to see it. Had to get out my little Brad pokey tool there. And this one, I wish I wasn't off camera. I'm trying to fit the little tiny scrap with that blue flower, and the whole time I'm thinking, this is why I played Tetris as a kid. It's all paying off now. So, what can I say? I'm a little odd. I'm going to go ahead and try out that Nuvo Deluxe adhesive on the back of this die cut. And what I like about liquid adhesive, it honestly, until I got the art glitter glue about a year and a half ago, liquid adhesives were not my thing. I hated them. What I like about the art glitter glue and also the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive is that they don't dry immediately, which gives you some time to play around and like gently shift things. And then the fact that it dries matte and clear, you end up not seeing it when you've played around with it. Now, here's where I made a big oops. So I apparently had the flower die still stuck to the top part of the cutting board. So I was like, oh. And so it ended up cutting out a little bit of the yellow. It messed up the tag I was cutting out. That's okay. I'm just going to flip the tag over. And I ended up using the part of the yellow that it cut out. Now, here's where I was like, you know what? I need a metal ship. Now, this says the word celebrate on it. I'm going to be tucking the word celebrate underneath the photo. I just want that floral decorative edge. And the first time I cut it crooked. Like, wasn't even hanging on. And I'm like, this is not going to work. So I end up saying, screw this. Do it again. I also didn't cut all the way through. So this is where I'm like, need a shim. So I took a piece of scrap paper from my trash can, folded it in half because it had glue on it, and ran it through. Oh my gosh, too much shimming. It was a lot harder to do, and I really warped that white top part, which is fine. That top part warps. You just feed it through in the other direction a couple times and it goes back to flat. What I later noticed is that bottom pad has actually now cracked. So I think I'm going to need to get a new one. But I think it'll be fine for right now. Now this one I run through without any shim. This is when I noticed that it cracked. And I'm like, and I'm showing you. And what it does, it's still slightly warped, but not as badly. And the more times I run it through, there's where I see that it was cracked. The more times I run it through, the better. So I'm going to kind of offset this so you can see kind of the inked on the brown ink on that ivory cream, white, whatever color it is now. And there I am covering up, excuse me. Pardon me. Oh my goodness. I'm covering up the word celebrate. And I'm go ahead and attach the tag upside down so you can't see the part that's all messed up. Went ahead and grabbed my double denim ink, or not ink, double denim Nuvo drops and the Buttermilk ones and put them in my Nuvo bottle holder. The Nuvo bottle holder is not available yet. Hopefully it will be soon. I got it at Creativation from someone at the Tonic booth named Gareth. He was absolutely wonderful. So sweet. So the collection pack for Simple Stories Say Cheese 2 came with these stickers. I am trying to find stickers that do not have the blue in it, which was harder than I realized because a lot of the ones that don't have the blue in it are things like Let's Write Again and, you know, Meet the Mouse, stuff like that. Excuse me. So I use my ATG to hold stuff. And then I decide I want to go ahead and start using some of these floral stamps just to kind of put some background to it. So I'm using my Walnut Lawn Fawn ink. I get the little minis so I can get more of them. And I hope they come out with their next mini set too, of regular colors. Like I haven't picked up the alcohol safe ones yet. Those just came out. But I'm betting we're going to get, with their summer release, we're going to get some more, another long fun cube, which is great. But that means I need to buy another distress box because they're perfect for distress. Sorry. Ran into the camera there because of where I keep my distress oxides. So I decided to go ahead. I knew I did not have a perfect blue, let's say that, for my Lawn Fawn inks that matched the blue of this. But I knew I had it in distress oxide, so I had Faded Jeans. And when I was up there, I went ahead and pulled out Mustard Seed as well. So this is letting me use some of those smaller floral images and the little hearts, and I'm just kind of dabbing them around. Not too much. It's almost for me like just clusters in the background, almost like paper. And this is where I'm like, yeah, I'm knocking everything off my ATG that I'm sticking there. All right, so foam finally comes off. And now we get to start putting things in. Adding in some more little of the confetti sized ones, just the teeny tiny ones, because I think those stamps are great. Now I wanted to include a journaling block. I went ahead and pulled out that same ivory white cream, whatever color it is, went ahead and inked it, distressed it, inked it again because you know you distress it, it takes it all off, and I flipped it over so it's not on the textured side. So I really do have a white surface now. There's a faint bit of texture, but it's not going to interfere. Oh, this is what I just realized now. I never put my hidden Mickey on here. Oops. I'm going to have to figure out where to put my hidden Mickey. I have just the spot. I'm going to take one of my little Nuvo drop spots and just add 2 little ears to it. Oh, sorry about that. You got to have a hidden Mickey on all of my pages. My daughter actually now looks for them. Now, I have trouble with these tiny rectangular letter stickers, so I have just started, anytime I use them, putting a dot of liquid glue down. So this, I just got out the word that says day. So the title of it is Happy Day. Thinking about it, I probably should have done Happy Dinner. Yeah. So some of the stickers have red on it. So I went ahead. In fact, the first sticker I pulled out was a red label. Was craft, but has a red border. It says it all started with a blank. That's what I just put at the top of the journaling card there. And so I wanted to pull in some other red. So it's got some splotches of red here and there. There's the little tab up at the top. Happy has a heart and magic. And then I have that craft, well, I'm about to put the craft one there. There it is. And it has a little red heart. So I do have some little bits and pieces of red in there. And anytime I'm putting it on something, any of these stickers that are on the distressed edge or on the texture, I go ahead and put in or use some of the liquid adhesive too. Now I wanted to include that Aqua Flow. Now this does not show up very well. It shows up in person. It's just a faint wash. Anywhere that marigold yellow was against the background, I went and added it in. You can't really see it. That's okay. You might be able to see it in the close-up shots. That will be at the end. So now I'm going to put in the little raindrop crystals. I struggle with things that are not symmetrical, like all the way around. Like I love squares. I love rectangles, although that's not symmetrical all the way around. But like, and I love circles, but ovals and teardrops I struggle with. So what I ended up doing with the teardrops is I pointed them in. So it's almost like they're acting as little arrows, and you know, it's the whole jungle navigation thing, finding treasure, that kind of stuff. So I like the little bit of sparkle that it adds. That surprised me. I didn't think I would like them. In fact, I have not purchased any of the Nuvo gemstones, which is one reason I like getting this craft kit so much. I get to try out things where if I like them, then I know I want to buy more. And if I don't, then that's okay. It's usually, sometimes you get minis, sometimes you get full things, but it's just a nice way to try some stuff out. I have links down below to kit subscriptions and also to a lot of the individual things that you can purchase. Let's see here. So we're finishing up with these, and then it is time for the date stamp, because I need to remember to put the date everywhere, and then Nuvo drops. So I am finishing up because Nuvo drops are always the last thing. Let me know what you thought of this layout. Give me a like, subscribe, hit that bell if you want. I have affiliate links down at the bottom for things that I used on this page. It is no extra cost to you, but does help to support One Mommy Scrapping. So I hope you guys enjoyed this layout, and I can't wait to scrap for you again. And check out all the other lovely ladies in the Stamp With Me hop that I forgot to mention until now. Have a lovely day. Bye.